Thank you very much, D-Man. Now, with that win, KaBuM, by KaBuM rather, Najin Shield has clinched a spot in the quarterfinals. Let's take a quick look at the standings before we talk about the game, because I want to highlight some of the things that have happened. First and foremost, Najin White Shield guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinals. The seed is what matters. That will be determined later in the day. And regardless of the results against Cloud9, there will be a tiebreaker, either against Cloud9 for first place or Cloud9 against Alliance for the second seed into the quarterfinals. Let's go back to the game, talk about what happened. First and foremost, picks and bans. I feel like KaBuM had a very good strategy going in.
I think you really have to praise KaBuM for their planning in these games, because both of their games today, they had the better draft. And if we look at Alliance's team comp here, this is just, it's bad. They've got a pick comp going on, but they have no wave clear. And that was like a major problem in this game, because when you're playing against a Jinx who can just take down these towers so quickly, you have to have some way to stop her from just standing there in minigun form and taking all your turrets. And when you have no pressure, when you have no zone, it makes it all too easy for her to do that. So they played it out. They played out their win conditions really well. You know, even though Froggen had some nice roaming in the early game, every time he left, it seemed like KaBuM would just take another turret. And then when you have that kind of lead, you can snowball it pretty easily. Yeah,
it's interesting you talk about the pick comp from Alliance, because it was KaBuM finding picks in the early game that snowballed each of their lanes, that allowed them to pick up towers unanswered. Double Lift, care to chime in on what KaBuM did right?
If you told me that a Hex Drinker second item Jinx would beat the team that had a perfect game against Najin White Shield, I would have called you trash. But, I mean, I don't know what to say. These guys played really well. They made it work.
I want to quickly ask Crumbs something very quickly, because you called on day one of this stage that KaBuM would win a game.
That's right.
I'm still not sure if you're a prophet or a false prophet.
Told you KaBuM would win one game, and it came down to the wire last one. So.
And it's against Alliance. I mean, it just looked like they fell to pieces. Let's pull up the replay that we've got from the game on your screen. It really just encapsulates everything that KaBuM did right. Roll the clip out, probably. Talk to me about the god that is Tenons in this play.
Oh, Tenons is a beast. He sees Wicked through that ward, and he knows Wicked doesn't have ult, so he goes all in. But watch, he gets an auto every time he Spirit Rushes, and that's what seals the deal on Wicked. And now he's just, you know, groups back with his team, and he's still paying attention to all the skill shots that are about to come out, though. He hits the charm on Twitch, which is super strong for that follow-up, because that's what would have got Tenons out. Tenons was wait for Zhonya's to flash Froggen's E, and now Froggen's in the vulnerable spot. They basically just collapse on Froggen, and, you know, they win the game, man.
Yeah, and this composition, too, we saw a lot of really nice chaining of CC from KaBuM here over the course of the game. I mean, this is honestly like a nightmare team comp for Fizz to play against. You look at the Black Shield, so many binds, roots, Jinx traps. They can just stack it up as soon as somebody goes in. And that was combined with some misplays from Alliance, where during crucial moments, they would use both Zhonya's on Fizz and the Kayle ult on Fizz at exactly the same time, layering that on top of each other. And that means that Fizz was just blown up as soon as the Kayle ult ended.
I also feel Froggen felt pressure to carry. Some of the decisions that he made were very hard, very rash, very quick, and it felt to me, because I've watched this team a lot, like Froggen went, I have to win this game, I have to carry it.
Of course. I mean, sorry. Of course. With a team comp like that, no one's going to carry.
Yeah, there was nothing they could do. They couldn't siege. That was a terrible composition with Twitch for sieging. They had a melee mid laner and effectively a pseudo melee top laner. And so you can't defend the siege, you can't siege yourself, you kind of just have to all in. But against the comp that KaBuM fielded, it made it very, very, very difficult.
Final thoughts, Probably?
I just want to know if KaBuM mind-gamed it, because they know Froggen is a ridiculously good Fizz. So they pick Ahri, really, really vulnerable against Fizz. But then they have Ryze and Morgana to back up the Ahri. And they're like, yeah, and they're like, pick the Fizz. Pick the Fizz. And they got in, they're like, ah.
I think so too. Right, guys, we're going to throw things over to Shox, who's standing by with a member of the victorious KaBuM eSports.
Thank you very much, guys, as I'm joined here by Tenons after KaBuM's incredible win over Alliance. First up, congratulations. That was one heck of a performance. Talk me through the first thoughts that went through your mind. First Brazilian team to win at Worlds. First wildcard team to win at Worlds. Crazy victory.
Parabéns pela participação, foi sensacional a sua Ari. E comenta um pouquinho sobre o jogo, porque foi o primeiro time brasileiro a participar do Worlds e a primeira vez que um time do International Wildcard ganha uma partida no Worlds. Como você está se sentindo agora?
Obrigado pelos parabéns. A gente estava muito experiente quando a gente veio jogar a primeira vez aqui. Faltava muita coisa, as rotações deles eram melhores, o estilo de jogo dele era diferente que a gente estava acostumado. Então, acho que esses primeiros dias foi bastante para acrescentar experiência para o nosso time e a gente conseguir surpreender um time.
So yeah, when he got here, he wasn't that experienced, but the last 2 days we could see that the teams had more map rotations, and we improved a lot in that matter. So all the experience that we got in these 2 other days made us do a difference right now.
You made it happen. Talk me through picking Ari and then going up against Froggen's Fizz and doing so well.
Fala pouquinho sobre você ter escolhido a Ari contra o Fizz do Froggen.
Eu escolhi a Ari para tirar um pique dele também, que é um pique bem forte, um champion que ele está bastante acostumado a jogar. E nós tínhamos em mente que o pique dele ia ser Fizz ou Sheriff, então a gente está bem confortável com isso.
So I picked Ari because I wanted to take that away from him, because I know he's a very good Ari player, and we knew that he would pick either Xerath or Fizz, so we were prepared for anything.
You guys sure were. Talk to me through what happened in the team communication at the end of the game when you were so close, but you know you can still lose a fight, possibly.
Então fala um pouquinho de como é que foi a comunicação do time, porque no final do jogo vocês estavam bem próximos, mas ainda poderiam perder o jogo se perdesse uma luta.
Eu acho que essa parte é a mais difícil para a gente, que é para acabar o jogo, que é o que a gente chama mais de dificuldade.
So this part was the hardest one for us, to end the game. So our communication was regarding that was really hard.
Finally, what does this mean for you as a Brazilian team coming here to represent your region, and what do you want to say to the fans?
Então, o que isso significa para você, sendo o primeiro brasileiro a estar aqui jogando e ganhar uma partida no Worlds? O que você gostaria de dizer para os seus fãs?
Eu acho que estar aqui e ganhar o jogo de um time no mundial é mostrar que o Brasil tem chance, que a gente vai crescer bastante ainda e vamos chegar no nível das outras regiões. E queria agradecer o pessoal daqui, que sempre apoia a gente, torceram bastante por nós, e agradecer os fãs do Brasil também.
So yes, that was really good to show that the Brazilians really have potential to grow. We're on the right path to become a problem to the other regions. And I want to say thanks to all the fans out here. They've been incredible, shouting our names in every objective. And also the fans in Brazil that are watching this right now.
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations. What an amazing victory here for KaBuM.
Thank you.
All right, we have to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, it's a clash of Worlds veterans Fnatic as they take on Samsung Blue. Don't go anywhere.
Flash is not available. Void spikes in. Shook wants the reset. Can he get out? Ooh. Yes, he can.
Wait a minute. Froggen's about to go in. Minerva's a little too far forward. Shook's about to get hit up. They take down Shook. That was the black shield that he knew wouldn't be able to go on Dan's after he threw it onto Tinones. They turn this one around.
Alliance have to swing around and sweep and try and cause this one. The charm catches on Wicked.
No way.
Tinones goes in. He's got it. Froggen's going in. He's going to jump on. Lep's going to be the focus target. Can they lock towards him? This is Droplets. Alliance are in trouble. Alliance are in trouble. They get the bound, but can they get out? Shook's gone out. Chase leaps away. Lep chases on towards him. Gets away with it.
Dana going very low. Shook gonna get hit up, starting the fight. They're gonna win.
They're gonna win.